Everybody, Steve McClure for Sports Radio Network and IndianaSRN. Let's get a special visit now with Gabe Collins Green, the defensive back and safety for the Southport Cardinals during this particular 2017 season. And Gabe, welcome in.
Thank you.
This has been one of those years that I think in your mind and for a lifetime that you are not going to forget. But let me just preface that by saying this. Coach Bill Peebles set a real standard for this Southport Cardinal program that has just continued to get better and better and better. How do you see it all?
To be honest, when I first came and played my sophomore year, it was always just a winning atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
And since then, I feel like with him being gone and Winters stepping up and taking the coaching job, there's been a lot of adversity since then. And with that coming into mind, I think all of our dudes have bought in and have really worked hard to get to this position and be able to continue the winning persona that Southport's had.
You know, Southport's history goes way back, and I can tell you all about it because I've been there. So, throughout the years, every school goes through the dips and then back up on the mountain and dips again. But in the last decade, it's been pretty good.
Right. Yes, I think it's just the players that get brought in. We're always growing up throughout middle school knowing that Southport is a winning school, and we're always just we want to win. It's a winning atmosphere, and the players just want to get better. So we're always bringing in players that want to be able to win and make the team better. So.
And you know, the game of football today in 2017 isn't just a fall sport.
Right.
It's 24/7
Oh, yeah.
because I've seen you guys here in the spring. I've seen you in the summertime. And that's the way you really mold a team, isn't it?
Right, yeah. The first thing to do is to make football a lifestyle. Of course, outside of grades, you got to get your grades right first.
Yeah.
But outside of that, it's football, grades, family football, and whatever else you believe in. So the dudes are just always here, always putting in the work, and that's what makes us a better team.
Well, I don't want to go any further without touching on the Bloomington South game.
Right.
Let's just talk about that because you had some incredible achievements. You had a little bit of a fall down, but what a rally. The interception in the end zone that gave the offense another chance to go down the field with time running out. Tell me how that play developed and what did you see?
Basically, from the time that I muffed that punt, I told everybody, I was like, I'll make up for it, guys. I'll make up for it. So when they got to the red zone and our coaches called our man-to-man coverage, I just knew I was like, I'm covering this dude as hard as I can. And, of course, that was their number one receiver, so they were going to throw the ball up for him. I stayed on his hip, stayed disciplined in my principles, and looked up, and the ball was right there for me to grab.
It looked like you had to go vertical pretty well to almost grab it from the backside of his hands.
Mm-hmm.
Am I seeing that correctly?
Yeah, he definitely jumped from behind me to get it, so I had to make it a decent effort to get the ball.
And the celebration was a short time because Southport had more work to be done.
Right.
And did they ever go to work on offense? I think that kind of a play, Gabe, is the kind of play that can give the impetus and momentum perhaps back to the other side, and that was you guys.
Right. So, yeah, the offense went back out there, and they drained enough clock to kind of give it back to Bloomington South with little to no time for them to really do anything. And then when we got that 4th and 1 stop, it was like, I can't even describe the feeling. It was awesome.
I know you're a defensive player and a defensive star on this team, but you knew what was coming with the touchdown pass to Ryan of 7 yards out. Then you knew what was going to be coming next. We didn't, because I called Hunter Cockrell will be coming on for the extra point, and then I looked and I said, but wait. And did we wait?
Oh, man, honestly, I don't think the defense knew what the offense was going to do. I thought we were going for the extra point as well. So I looked out, and everybody ran out there, and I was kind of in shock. I was like, oh, we're going for the win. And right when they hiked the ball, there was that special feeling. It was like, oh, something's gonna happen, and we did the play that they've always been practicing, and it worked, and that was crazy. And at that point, I knew, I was like, we're gonna win this game.
Yeah, this has become a special season that I think is going to go down in history books, especially with having to play 5 games away from home.
Right.
For the first 5 weeks of the season, which is kind of unheard of, even though the Lucas Oil Stadium was our game. But now to come home and have this opportunity with Franklin Central and a home crowd that wants to see this team play.
Right. Yeah. The 5 games on the road, I mean, that was crazy. There's a lot of adversity, and I think the team took it really well. And coming back home, I know that the atmosphere is just going to be nuts. First game home. The team's going to be jacked up. The fans are going to be jacked up. So it's going to be a great game. And it's going to be one of the biggest games of the season.
I know that you have your academic year ahead of you between now and graduation, but are you hoping to be able to play college football and perhaps stay in the state of Indiana?
Without a doubt. I mean, I do want to play college football, and if that means I have to leave the state, then I'll be fine with that. But I want to be able to play college football and kind of stay close to home so my parents can come and watch me.
Gabe, the last thing I want to ask you is, I'm going to show you this picture, which I'm going to try to show our listeners here very shortly here, which is the 2017 Southport High School team. And when you look at that picture, what would be the first thing to come to your mind?
Oh, that's a pack of dogs. Yeah, that's some scary dudes right there. No. But yeah, that picture just kind of shows like the family that we have here, and it's close knit.
There's a real bonding amongst a team, especially when you've been on the road 5 weeks in a row. Mm-hmm. A lot goes on behind the scenes, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, from the start to the year, there's been some ups and downs, some bumps and bruises, but at the end of the day, at the end of the practice, we're always here for each other. We've always got each other's backs. Our coaches have implemented some things, some poems that we have to recite together, and it's really kept us close-knit and together as a team despite all the adversity and ups and downs we've been through.
Yeah, appreciate you spending time with SRN, and we wish you nothing but success, not only for this year and the rest of the football season, but years ahead.
But thank you so much. I appreciate being on here.